So this year we saw the announcement of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in the beginning of the year, and looking at that first trailer, I was really excited for that game. It felt like it would finally be that jump to the open world that we always wanted to see on the Pokemon series. That we saw some glimpses with the wild area on Pokemon Sword and Shield and the DLC that came after, and we also saw a glimpse on Pokemon Legends Arceus that was not exactly an open world adventure, but it was clearly focused on open areas with a lot of exploration. So when I saw that first trailer with such open areas and all that stuff, I was quite excited. But then it came the second trailer, and here's the thing, I'm still excited for the game, there's still a lot of things that I want to see, but after watching the second trailer, I'm less excited than I was after watching the first one. And here's the thing, right? When I watched that trailer, it felt to me like I was watching one of the trailers for previous Pokemon games, like Sun and Moon, like Sword and Shield. You know, that kind of trailer where they show some characters, they show the new Pokemons. Nothing too exciting, everything in the same box that we are used to see. I felt that with that trailer, and I want to talk more about that, but first let's talk about the positives. For example, the open world concept still seems like it's going to be very strong, and from what the company has said, we can assume that it's not like a linear experience as we are used to see in Pokemon games. So I'm curious to see more how this will actually work, if the player is able to do whatever he wants in the order that he wants. I'm curious to see it will be like that, because it sounds great so far. And the art direction is also amazing. I think the Pokemon company know how much people care about the characters, about the Pokemons. So when we see the new designs from the character for the Pokemons, you can already see by the reaction of the fandom, making fan art and all of that stuff, that those characters are really great looking, that they really resonate with the community. So it's already great to see that, and I think the art direction is something that Pokemon always gets right. But okay, not everything is positive. So I was under the impression that Scarlet and Violet would be a little bit similar to Pokemon Legends Arceus. Because here's the thing with Legends Arceus, I think it was the first time that it really felt like we were breaking the formula. Even if the game wasn't perfect, it felt so special, so different. The gameplay was way more engaging than we are used to see on the mainline Pokemon games. With the mechanics of throwing the Pokeballs to catch the Pokemons, even dodging Pokemons with your character, putting a little more of action in the exploration and using your Pokemons to explore the world. It felt way more connected, way more engaging to play that game. I really think Pokemon Legends Arceus felt like a step forward for the franchise in general. So looking at the first trailer for Scarlet and Violet, I thought that they were going that direction. But then I realized, of course not. Because Pokemon Legends Arceus was probably developed at the same time of Scarlet and Violet. Game Freak did not have the time to actually get the feedback from Pokemon Legends Arceus and use that in the mainline game. And I don't know if they will actually, because the mainline Pokemon games have a lot of strict rules to follow. They have to be developed in a specific time, they cannot be delayed, because there's a lot of marketing stuff that the Pokemon company does, and a new generation does not only represent a new game, it is a new era for the whole series, so a lot of the marketing stuff has to be on the same idea, on the same line of what's going on the game development. The games are just a small part of a whole other business. So it is kinda complicated to make some big changes on the mainline Pokemon game. There's also the competitive scene. They cannot make some huge changes to how Pokemon works, to how the battle works, because there's a lot of players, a lot of pro players in the Pokemon scene that are used to the game working in a specific way. And if they start to add a lot of stuff in the single player experience, it may break the competitive. It may make things worse. And that's kinda a huge problem for the series, I think, because I don't know if I'm alone on this, but I just play Pokemon casually. I like to play Pokemon for the main campaign, for the single player story. So I would love to see the game with more effort on the story, with more effort on the gameplay department, and I think Legends Arceus to me felt like it was going in the right direction. But now looking at the trailer of Scarlet and Violet, I have a feeling that we are kinda regressing on some of that stuff. And it feels like really frustrating, you know, the whole system of throwing the Pokeball does not seem to be here, and also just the animations, the Pokemon animations, the attacks. It seems like we are back to that very basic animations of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Some animations that look like they are animations made for sprites, but we are using them for 3D model. Legends Arceus was a huge upgrade in that department because it felt like the Pokemons were actually fighting each other, like touching each other when they were fighting. So it's kinda sad to see the game back to this. In general, what gave me the feeling of frustration was that the last trailer for Scarlet and Violet looked very similar to the trailers for Sword and Shield, and I don't wanna see the series regressing to that stuff, you know? I understand all those strict rules that I mentioned. Pokemon is a gigantic series, so this is kinda inevitable. But at the same time, there's so much potential to make an amazing JRPGs, because Pokemon is not only nostalgia, the concept is great, the concept is amazing, everyone loves the idea of catching Pokemons of all these designs. So it feels like wasted potential. I just want to see more stuff to do in that open world, like side quests, more interesting battles, exactly in the way that Legends Arceus did. I think Legends Arceus made a fantastic loop of gameplay that it didn't matter what you were doing, it was always fun to do because there was a lot of stuff to explore in the world. You were not always just focused on your main mission, but you were exploring, gathering items. So I'm really curious to see more of that open world because if it is just a big open world with not a lot of stuff to do, I don't know if it will actually work. I think the DLC for Sword and Shield is a great starting point. If they can build a fun experience from that, I mean, it can actually work. At the end of the day, I just want to see them using all that money, all that budget that we know that Pokemon has to create an amazing JRPG. But I don't know, maybe that will never happen. I think that my question to you all, just to end this video, let's make it clear, I'm still very excited to play this game. I'm just a little frustrated seeing the second trailer because it made me aware that yes, this game is not be exactly like I wanted it to be, but it can still be good. A lot of the stuff that are being added here looks fantastic. I like the concept of playing with friends online on the same map. I like the idea of make Pokemon open world, so let's just wait and see more. But what I want to ask you guys, do you guys think that Pokemon should be more focused on the single player experience for players like me who like to play a JRPG, to get into their world and have the immersive experience? Or do you guys think Pokemon should not let go of the competitive stuff, of the competitive play? I think there has to be a middle ground there. There has to be like, maybe the Legends Arceus become a separate series, but at the same time I want Legends Arceus to have some of that stuff that we saw in Scarlet and Violet, like the cities, the gyms. I mean, they have a lot of money, they have to find a middle ground that works for everyone. Anyway, the game will come out at the end of the year, we'll still see a lot of trailers and we'll actually play the game and to decide what exactly it will be. Maybe it will be the best Pokemon experiences ever and they will change a lot of stuff, I'm not 100% sure. So let's just wait and see. Until next time, bye!